Hello, everybody. We are here for the last document that was filed on 10/26, October 26th. So we just finished up another live, and as you guys know by now, I do like to do only one court document per live because it makes it easier for people to join, people to follow along whenever they're looking for certain things. I do anticipate that this particular document is going to take a very short amount of time. It's not going to take long. What this is it's called a proposed order. And a lot of times courts and judges themselves will not actually type up orders. They will ask the person or the party who is requesting the certain order to be given. They will ask that person to type it up. And then the judge will say, okay, let me look at it. Okay, that looks good, and sign it. Or the judge will say, okay, let me look at it. Oh, change this thing, that thing, and then sign it. So basically, Sam Ingham wrote this proposed order and submitted it to the court to be signed. And it's called an order associating litigation counsel for Conservatee. Now, a lot of times we will see these type of orders like, for example, Jamie wrote one recently to try to associate Holland and Knight. And so it makes it just easier for the judge. She just puts her signature on it and boom, you're done. There, it's ordered. It is so ordered. The judge doesn't have to go and type anything and spend her time or anything like that. So that's what this is. And we are reading order associating litigation counsel for Conservatee, which means Britney. The hearing date was October 14th. As we remember, the judge did approve on October 14th, Sam Ingham to hire or associate Loeb and Loeb as litigation counsel for Britney and for to basically help him. So, hey, DK, always haven't seen you around. Have you been in these lives? Hey, Marianne Photography. So I do think that this video is also going to be pretty short. So let's get to it. This is the order that the judge asked Sam to prepare. The petition, and we already went over this petition. You should be able to find it in my How to Read a Court Document series on Instagram Live or on YouTube at That Surprise Witness. But that petition filed by Sam Ingham came on October 14th, which we did see, 9:30 a.m., and the following appearances were made. Sam Ingham was there, and he appeared as, Britney's lawyer. Geraldine was there. Gerald was there. They were there on behalf of Jamie Spears. Then we have, let's see if I can make this smaller. Then we have this lady, Gladstone Jones. As we know, Lynn Swanson and Yasha Bronstein are all attorneys for Lynn, who's Britney's mom. David Nelson of Loeb and Loeb appeared as prospective associated counsel. So that's the guy who came from Loeb and Loeb. David Nelson. Britney is a princess. I agree. No other appearances or objections were made. After considering the pleadings, the court made the following order. So this is what the court found at that hearing. And y'all, this is kind of old news at this point because it did happen like 2 weeks ago. But notice was given of the hearing as required by law. By order dated February 1st, 2008, Ingham was appointed to serve as Britney's counsel. As court-appointed counsel, Sam will retain the sole responsibility to direct the Loeb and Loeb lawyers in this proceeding. And the Loeb and Loeb lawyers, who are also known as associated counsel, so the Loeb and Loeb guys and women, shall have no obligation to seek input directly from Britney. No obligation. Nor shall Britney be obligated to talk to them. Okay. Now, a lot of people are saying that this means that Sam does not want Britney to talk to the lawyers. It could not. I know Lisa had a lot of Jekyll and Hyde. That's so funny. Someone said, yeah, they literally do always sound like Jekyll and Hyde. Because it's like Weil and Gerald, I think. Gerald and Weil, Jekyll and Hyde. That's so funny. Let's see. So the Loeb and Loeb lawyers do not have an obligation to seek Britney's input, and Britney does not have an obligation to offer input to the Loeb and Loeb lawyers. Therefore, it is ordered that Loeb and Loeb is associated as litigation counsel to represent the interest of Britney. under the direction of Sam Ingham. Jamie has to pay them 80% of their fees and 100% of their costs. So fees mean how many billable hours, how many hours they sat at their computer, how many hours the paralegals and, legal assistants worked. Costs has to do with what they have to pay out of pocket. So like if Loeb and Loeb has to pay, for example, for certain court documents, then the estate must pay. Jamie Spears must pay them and reimburse Loeb and Loeb for those expenses. Why wouldn't Britney want to talk to the lawyers? That's a good question. I really have no idea. Let's see. Okay, so Loeb and Loeb is associated as litigation counsel to represent the interest of Conservatee under the direction of court-appointed counsel Sam Ingham. Jamie has to pay them 80% of their billables and 100% of their costs. And I don't know why whoever didn't sign this thing. Brenda Penny. Okay, so that's the end of that document. Like I said, it was going to be really short. I had like a little bit of a family emergency come up. So what I'm going to do is end this one, and I'll be back in hopefully just a few minutes, but I need to check on some things. But this is the end of this document. It's just an order. We already knew what was going on here. It's just like a technical thing that we put on file now that Britney is allowed, Sam Ingham is allowed to associate counsel. Jamie Spears has to pay them 80% of their billables and 100% of their costs. Loeb and Loeb is going to be the lawyers. So I will be back on in just a little while after I sort out what's going on here with the fam. See you guys in a little bit.